Back now with it's hot in here. Back now with Kevin McMaster's barn. Kevin's had a pretty good run. Oh, be quiet. Has had a pretty good run and continues to. Now Brushcut's gone to the field. Obviously, I want to give him lots of time off, let him grow up. Caviar's Triumph had a first and a second his last two starts. He won the other day on Wednesday. Cruising in Angus goes back Wednesday to check that injury. It's been cryoed. He's ready to go, I believe. Just got to get the okay from the veterinarian, so he's going to go back this week to get checked quickly. Don't believe me, just watch. Has been very lethargic, and notably a couple of the owners that went to see him said, he just seems tired. Yeah, he had a rough week. Really rough week. So Kevin said he's been jogging good. His appetite is back. Dropped a couple of pounds. We'd like to put those back on him. I would like to see him school a week from Tuesday would be good. I think it's going to take another week to get him back proper. We'll school him. That will be right before the Harvest Series. So we put him in the Harvest Series. We'll see if we can have him proper and ready to go for the Harvest Series. 5-run homer, another horse we had ready to go. Then I was walking through the barn. Georgia said, "Hey, what do you think of these curbs on this horse?" And Kevin was there. He says, "Yeah." He said, "Pop 2 curbs," which he did. So we cryoed them yesterday. He'll be fine in another week. I think same thing. We'll school him the Tuesday, come back. Then he'll be ready to go. I know it's been a little time. This horse is learning how to go fast. This was the first big mile he went, was 2 weeks ago. Schooled him again in 58, but when them curbs are hurting them, they don't put out the same way. So I suspect he's sitting on a pretty good mile. Whether we have to go to the halves, I guess, for a couple of starts is fine with me. But I had him I hopefully wanted to have him at Mohawk for the winter time. Marzank Hanover, I have to send Daryl an email. In case I forget, Daryl, we entered the filly in the series in London and Flamborough, which runs against what we had said. We wanted to keep her off the halves. We didn't want to race her in the grassroots, but Kevin said she's much sounder now, much more comfortable. He wanted to race her at Mohawk this week. I think Jonathan Drury's driving her, he said. And then she is paid into a month from now. She's paid into the Autumn Series, which are the cheaper series. I think the finals go for $25,000 or something. They're at London and Flamborough. She can get around that track. She's going to be fresh, good. She's a real nice horse that wants to do her work. So Kevin said, yeah, you could enter her there. I don't see why you wouldn't. So we put her in to go in the Autumn Series. Need your opinion? I was just thinking on the way home, this filly never even got a 2-year-old mark. Pace 52 and never got a lifetime mark. I don't know if we're expecting too much to race her once. I'm going to send Kevin a text and say, listen, this filly, she didn't take a lifetime mark at 2. She's only got 7 starts. Maybe we could race her one more time if you thought she could win the 2-year-old maiden, which I suspect she can. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that one up to Kevin. Time Al Houdini is ready to start back. I think Kevin said end of October is when he's slated to start going again. Everything looks good so far from what they tell me, and he looks like $1 million. Watch Av. James is really pushing hard to turn him out. He thinks, he'll come back great at 3 if you turn him out at 2. I don't think so. I'm going to race him once or twice more. Kevin and I talked about it. He's still got to learn, right? They have to be physically and mentally prepared to race, and I don't think there's anything that I saw in the mile that I ever see from the horse or when talking with Kevin that would necessitate us shutting him down. I think we're definitely going to race Watch Avenue once, maybe twice more. He'll be in to go next week at Mohawk. So that's Kevin's barn. I'll be back in just a minute. If I missed a couple of horses, we are in a lot of transition right now, moving horses around from barn to barn and getting them ready. If I missed a horse, I apologize. I don't have a turnout list. I suppose I can make one, but I keep telling everybody as we see them who's turned out. If your horse was in Kevin, Harry, or somebody's barn and he's not mentioned, shoot me a message, but I'm sure if they're turned out, you are well aware of it. If not, that's my fault. So I'll be back in a minute with my barn. It is now at 31 yearlings and counting, 32 yearlings and 6 on the way. Be back in just a minute with my barn, the newest members of the stable.ca, 32 yearlings, starting with Adrenaline Rush. Who's that? I'll tell you in just a minute.